Welcome to another episode of UCRD Reviews. So today I have a P-Bandai exclusive, another mobile suit from Plamo Kyoshiro, the 1982 manga that was the early precursor to Gundam Build Fighters. So this one is the FA-78-1 Perfect Gundam 2 Full Armor Type version anime. So the Perfect Gundam was originally in the manga, Plamo Kyoshiro, and later became an MSV mobile suit in the UC timeline. This one, the Perfect Gundam 2, had the opposite lineage. It was originally the FA-78-1 Full Armor Gundam in MSV and was put into the manga as the Perfect Gundam 2. And as you can probably see from the picture on the front of the box, it is a straight repaint of the Full Armor Gundam. So it's pretty much the exact same thing here. A nice little side profile there. So they released it in P-Bandai, and it cost me about $82, a little less than $82 before shipping. So it was pretty expensive for being a Full Armor Gundam repaint. However, I do really like my Full Armor Gundam figure, and I think it's a really nice figure, and I wanted to go ahead and get the blue version. So let's go ahead and check it out real quick. So the Perfect Gundam 2 is another RX-78-2 Gundam mold at its core without its armor, but this mold is the one that comes with Perfect Gundam. So you do have the updated head, as well as the slightly updated feet, and other very minor changes to it. You don't have all the sculpted in bits for the armor pieces like the Perfect Gundam, so a lot of this is the same as what you would get with the Full Armor Gundam, but the main big difference is the head. And just like I said with the Perfect Gundam, I do like this head better than the old one. And we'll do a comparison here in a little bit. But the main difference here, obviously, is the color. So you have the insignia, this almost highlighter orange on it, which is accurate, and nothing really different back here. But it's nice looking in this form, but it's even better looking in its full armor configuration. So let's go ahead and go through the accessories. And I guess before that, we'll go ahead and load it up with its armor. So I went ahead and made the Perfect Gundam 2 in its full armor mode. And you'll see that it's the exact same armor set that the Full Armor Gundam comes with. So if you want to see all the individual pieces and how they go together, you can check out the Full Armor Gundam review down below. But everything works just fine. All the armor snapped into place perfectly. It works so much better than the Perfect Gundam figure, which is sad because the Perfect Gundam could have been, well, perfect. But this one's even better. So it has all the same features. You have the missile hatches all over the place. Everything works just fine. Cannon functions. Like I said, all the armor stays on. It's snapped in just fine. No problems. And it looks really good. And we'll do a comparison with the Full Armor Gundam here in a moment. But I wanted to check out the rest of the accessories real quick. So I did want to say before we get into the accessories here that I'm going to go over this fairly quickly. If you want to see the accessories in detail and how they're used with the figure, check out the Full Armor Gundam review down below, because most of these accessories are the exact same ones you get with the Full Armor Gundam. The big difference here is the way they look, and so that's mainly what we're going to be taking a look at. So we're going to start off with the hands. They're the exact same sets of hands that the Full Armor Gundam comes with, as well as the hand rack. They're just in a darker color to match the figure. You also get the twin beam rifle, this time in a really neat blue color, and you get the teeny tiny, almost useless shield for the Perfect Gundam 2. So we're going to go ahead and move this tray over, and from here we have the beam rifle for the Gundam. This is the exact same beam rifle that you get with the FA-78-2 Gundam, the Perfect Gundam, Full Armor Gundam, etc. You have the Hyper Bazooka. Again, same exact weapon. Still nice looking. The gray actually matches the figure, which is pretty nice. You have 3 beam sabers, one of which has a long handle, and you have 2 short handle beam sabers, as well as 2 beam saber blades. So just like the other release, you have these here, and you have the Gundam shield. So it's painted in the Perfect Gundam 2 colors, but as you can see from the back, it's not like the Perfect Gundam's shield. It's just the one that comes with the Full Armor Gundam and the FA-78-2 Gundam. So you have the handle for it here. You do have the little beam rifle holder that goes in the top of the shield. And then you have the piece that I always use, which is the arm connector. If I can get it out of here, there it goes. So you have this little piece that will just connect it to the arm. And the bazooka has its storage piece in here as well. So one of the things that I skipped over in that other tray were the replacement faceplates. So just like the Perfect Gundam, you have 2 different faceplates that can be used with this Gundam head. And just like the Perfect Gundam release, you just pull the head up, pull the faceplate out, and replace it. So very simple. If you want to make it look like it's out of the manga and not necessarily the MSV suit, you can do so with these. So these are the new accessories that come with this figure. Now for the effect parts, you do get the same ones that come with the Full Armor Gundam. You have 2 slanted thruster effects. You have this great big slashing beam saber effect that you probably have a million of if you buy version anime figures. You have a beam rifle firing effect. You have a more unique one here, which is the twin beam rifle firing effect. It's just one of these stuck together. So simple yet effective. You do have a firing effect that we don't see all that often, which is the Vulcan firing effect. You remove the antenna and replace it with this. Really neat effect. We got it with the Full Armor Gundam and the Gundam variants, and then we never really saw it again. None of the 0080 or 0083 mobile suits utilize this, which is a shame, but you do get this with the Perfect Gundam 2. You then have this really nice cannon firing effect. Again, same one. You have the knee missile firing effect right there, and the shoulder missile firing effect. You have 2 of each, of course. And then you have just the missiles in the shoulder when they're not being fired. You get 2 of those, and you get 2 of the ones that go in the knees. Same as the Full Armor Gundam. So one other really neat thing that you get in this set is this really cool illustration. It comes in the back of the box, and it's the 3 Perfect Gundams, the main character, and the Perfect Zeong. So really cool that they included something like this, and on the back of it you have your little sticker sheet, which is the same one that comes with the Perfect Gundam. So a really neat idea here. We saw this with Anvil Gato's Gelgoog, and I'm glad that they did it again with this release. So here is the Perfect Gundam 2 alongside the Full Armor Gundam. Now the Full Armor Gundam came out February of 2017 for about $62, $64, somewhere in there, MSRP. The Perfect Gundam 2 is $20 more than that. And of course it's released a couple years later, which price goes up from there. And this one's P-Bandai, this one was not. So it just comes down to if you think a recolor like this is worth it. Now you'll see in the head sculpt they're quite a bit different. Again, I like the Perfect Gundam 2 head sculpt a lot better. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. You do have more color separation with Perfect Gundam 2. You know, you have these gray pieces, the hatches are colored, the legs have a bit more color to them. The backpacks, see if I can flip these over carefully. Actually, the Perfect Gundam 2's backpack is more plain than the Full Armor Gundams. But other than that, for the most part, I mean, even like on the arms, you can see that there's a little bit more color. The Perfect Gundam 2 is a more colorful looking figure here. But they're both very, very good figures. I like the both of them. Full Armor Gundam is one of my favorite Gundam types that I own, and Perfect Gundam 2 by default is pretty good since it's just a repainted Full Armor Gundam for the most part. So the Perfect Gundam 2 is a solid figure. Now, it had a great foundation in that the Full Armor Gundam figure from 2017 was already a fantastic figure, and they recolored it, retooled the head, and made it look like something that came out of a Nerf promotion, complete with little Nerf darts for its knees, and you know, made it into a really neat, obscure manga figure. So, you know, when they made this in the Gundam Fix line, I was very tempted to buy it, although I never owned any Gundam Fix figures. They just weren't my cup of tea. But having it now in the Robot Spirits line is really, really cool. And, you know, like I said before, I really like the head sculpt. I think it fits this figure very well. I could do without the little crazy eyes, you know, the removable faceplate. I understand that's something from the manga, but, you know, for those of you that want something like that, it's on the figure, and for everybody else, there's the normal faceplate that you can use. And the face isn't loose at all. They don't just slide off. I mean, they're in there pretty tight, but they are still easy to remove. All the armor works perfectly. I had zero quality control issues with my figure, which is nice, and it's going to be something very much worth displaying. Again, you know, there's the price tag, $80 some odd before shipping. You know, this figure was released in May. Due to COVID, the website I bought it from, Nippon Yasan, delayed the shipping for quite some time, so I just barely got it right now. However, it was definitely worth the wait, and although it is a recolor, you know, it's something obscure, which you all know that I love, and it's a really solid figure. So if you can find it for sale, even on the secondary market for a decent price, absolutely pick it up if you're a fan of the manga. So I will see you all next time. Thank you for the support, and we have some really cool figures coming down the pipeline. I know one that got announced not too long ago was the Zaku 2 F2 Earth Federation colors, which is going to be really, really cool. I'm excited for that one. So maybe a long time from now, I'll have a review of it. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.